What's going on, people? Welcome back to We Are Tottenham TV and welcome back to another episode of Predict the Prem as the Premier League returns. Big round of fixtures, and not only do we have a round of fixtures, but we've also got some extra games midweek as well, which we're going to be predicting. As it stands, the scores are 252 to Sim, 224 to me. Wow, there's a big gap. Bloody hell. I didn't
28
realise it was
points.
that big. To be fair, it was over 30 at one stage a few weeks ago. So closing the gap somewhat. So got baby steps, I guess. Baby steps.
Every
half
step.
season to go.
Well, look, there's a lot of points up for grabs this week. That's for sure.
That's for sure. Yeah, a lot of points up for grabs this week. Let me just remind you how the scoring works. It's 5 points for a correct scoreline, 3 points for a correct result, and both teams to score 1 point for a correct result, and then we both pick our star men as well, which is 2 points for a goal, 1 point for an assist, and it is a double game week this week, so it's very important who the star man is. But let's get straight into it, and let's start off with the Friday night football, which is the M24 derby or M23 derby, whichever you want to call it. I don't know which one it is. It's Brighton against Crystal Palace, and I have gone for 1-1.
We've both gone for the draw. Yeah, I think Brighton are in good form at the moment. Ever since finally getting that win off their back, they've really stepped up and they've gone on a bit of a run. So I think they're going to be confident. But Palace, since Michael Olise has come into the team after coming back from injury.
What a goal he scored the other day.
Yeah, and he looks like a player who looks ready to start impacting games, and he's given them a new lease of life a bit for Palace. So I think they could be dangerous as well. So I've gone for a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, it's always a big matchup, this game. Usually both teams do score. Brighton have failed to beat Crystal Palace, I think, since 2019 or something like that. Palace have won in their last 2 games at the Amex. But Brighton are on form, like you say. Crystal Palace, you don't know which Crystal Palace is going to turn up. So I've gone for a 1-1 draw. Sim's gone for 2-2. Let me know your prediction in the comment section. Let's move on to Saturday's game. The big one is the 12:30 kickoff at the Etihad. Chelsea face Manchester City. What have you gone for?
I've gone for 1-1.
1-1. Interesting. I've gone for 2-1 to Man City. I think Chelsea are coming back into form, but this Man City side are rampant at the moment. They really are. And I think it's going to be a closely contested game, but I think Man City will just about get over the line.
Yeah, I think Chelsea know if City win this, it's literally City's title now. So I think they're going to fight tooth and nail to stop City getting the win. It's going to be a very tough game. Chelsea have definitely started playing a lot better than they were after a big slump in performance. So I'm expecting them to turn up in this game, and I was expecting Tuchel to have a plan. And usually, I know City beat them early in the season, but Tuchel has the knack of getting results against City, so I've gone for a draw.
Interesting. All right, let's move on to Burnley against Leicester. I have gone, wow, we've gone for contrasting results this time. I've gone for 2-1 to Burnley.
Interesting. I've gone for 2-0 Leicester. Well, they've lost Chris Wood, so I don't know who they have up front. Rodriguez, Vidra. They don't have that presence that they had with him, and he was a big part of how they played. So without him, I find it very hard to see. Look, I'm
got little Aaron Lennon.
I'm sure during the season they might adapt, but I think the first game without Chris Wood, without a new signing in through the door, they're going to struggle. So I'm thinking 2-0 Leicester.
Yeah, they do. I mean, their top goal scorer this season is Cornet, I believe. Is Chris Wood score more than Cornet? I'm not sure.
Cornet has. Yeah, he has scored more than Wood.
Yeah, Cornet's got 6 goals this season. He's been fairly good. I mean, he's coming back from injury, so I'm not sure if he's going to play this game, but I assume he is. On the flip side, Leicester without Iniacho, without Daka, without Vardy. So they're going into it with a lack of attacking options. Obviously, Maddison's playing really well at the moment. And they've got players like Harvey Barnes and stuff like that. But it's going to be a tough old night for Leicester. I think if this was at Leicester, I'd back Leicester to win. Because it's at Burnley, always a tough place to go. I can actually see Burnley getting a result here. So I've gone for 2-1. Sim's gone for 2-0 to Leicester. Let's move on to Newcastle against Watford. What have you gone for?
2-1 to Newcastle.
Oof, I've gone for a Desmond. I've gone for 2-2. Can't really split the sides. I mean, both of them are on shocking form, to be honest. But both of these sides will not want to lose this game. And I think that it's such an important game for both sides. I think both these teams might just cancel each other out.
Yeah, I just think Newcastle, they got Trippier through the door, they got Chris Wood through the door, they're making some other business as well things are looking decent for them in the transfer market. I think there's going to be a good feeling in this game for them. I think I'm backing Chris Wood to get a goal in his debut, and I think it's going to be 2-1 to Newcastle.
Well, Trippier had a great debut, didn't he, for Newcastle?
Not the best. He's had better debuts.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next game, which is Norwich against Everton. I've gone for 2-1 to Everton.
I got 1-1. I think Norwich will get a point. I just think Norwich will get a point. I think Everton, very lucky to go through in the FA Cup. Again, I can't remember who they played, but they're lucky to go through. Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison still not firing at the moment, and those are absolutely crucial to how they like to play. So Norwich, I know they lost 2-0 to West Ham, but I feel like they'll just get a nick a point here.
Yeah, I mean, they're completely on a shocking run of results at the moment. Norwich, 0 points in their last 5 games. Let's be honest, Everton ain't doing too much better, but they are doing better. I think with Norwich, they're just walking to relegation. It'd be hard to kind of back them to get any sort of point, even against a Everton side that's not doing too well. So having said that, I think both teams will score, but Everton just about to nick it. So I've gone 2-1, Sim's gone 1-1. Let's move over to Wolves against Southampton. And finally, we've gone for the same result,
there we go.
1-0 to Wolves.
Yeah, I think Wolves at the moment in very good form, at least defensively.
Southampton, to be fair.
But Wolves, I think, conceded something like 4 goals in the last 8 games or something. Like they're really tight at the back, and I think,
especially at home,
I think they'll just nick the win here. Southampton also playing decent. They got the win last time out against Brentford, but I think Wolves will nick this one.
Yeah, they've conceded 1 goal in their last 5 home games, and that was to Liverpool. So playing really well at the moment. Wolves, I've been banging on about them all season. I think they've looked really impressive all season. Southampton are actually on a really good run of form. They really are. They're scoring a lot of goals, getting quite a few points, but also conceding quite a few goals. But with this mean Wolves defence, I think they can stifle this Southampton side, and I think Wolves are just about to get over the line here. 1-0. Let's move on. Aston Villa against Man United, a rerun of the FA Cup 3rd round, which finished 1-0 to Man United, but we've both gone for 2-1 to Aston Villa. Yeah,
I think Villa were very unlucky to come away with a defeat in that game. They were much the better side. They created better chances. They got screwed with the VAR decision. So I'm backing them at home to get the win here. With Ings and Watkins back in, you've got Luca Dean now coming in, and Coutinho should provide some extra impetus for Villa. So I'm thinking in this game at home to United, I'm then going to go for the win.
Yeah, Man United have been lacklustre of late. They really have. No matter what result they're getting, they're not really performing well. Villa, on the flip side, even though the results they're not getting, they're still playing well. And I think Steven Gerrard is definitely getting tune out of this Villa side. Like you say, the 2 signings coming in, Luca Dean and Coutinho, are going to add real quality to that team. So yeah, I can see Villa nicking this one 2-1. But we move on. What's the next game? Sunday, Liverpool against Brentford. I've gone for 3-1 to Liverpool.
Yeah, I've just gone for the 2. I do think without Mane and Salah, it's their first game without them both, so it's going to be interesting to see how they adapt. I'm gonna say they win the game, but only 2-1, only by 1 goal. I think it's going to be harder than they anticipate.
Yeah, could be, but I think even without Mane and Salah, they've got more than enough quality to take this Brentford team down. I think they've got goals in the team with Jota, who's playing really well at the moment. 10 goals this season, Jota. They've got Trent and Robertson as well, the flying fullbacks. So I think there's enough opportunities for goals in that team. So I've gone for 3-1. And Brentford as well, away from home, not really doing too well as of late. So I think this will be a convincing victory at Anfield for Liverpool. But we go to West Ham against Leeds. Again, the same scoreline, 2-0 to West Ham.
Yeah, Leeds at the moment still haven't got their rhythm back, even though they went through a bit of form where you're thinking, oh, looks like they come back into it. But again, they're falling by the wayside. West Ham got a good solid win against Norwich in midweek, and they're looking competent. So I think they're going to come away with all 3 points here.
Do you think it's any danger? Do you think Leeds have any danger of the drop?
Yeah, but they do. But at the moment, you got Norwich who are pretty much down. Watford are struggling to really get any points. So that's 2 of them. So there's only really 1 space, which is up for grabs. Newcastle looks like they're, obviously they still need to prove that they're going to stay up. But with the signings they're making, you would think they will. So I think it's between them. Could be between them, Burnley, and Newcastle probably.
Leeds, Burnley, Newcastle, and Watford.
And Watford. I think Watford are down. I think Watford are going down.
You think they're down? I mean, they're not in a relegation zone.
I know, but they're losing every game at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like the writing's on the wall for them. But there's still half a season to go.
Yeah, no, of course, but the form they're in, I think since Ranieri's come in, he's won 2 games and lost like 8 or 9 or something. It's very bad. So I think they're going down.
2 games were against Man United and who was the other one against? I can't remember. But it was
Everton.
Everton, yeah, it was big games.
Yeah. I think they are in danger, but I think, I do think they're actually, thinking about it, I do. Because Deitch has a way of keeping up Burnley, usually. Although they've lost Chris Wood, it'll be a big blow. And then Newcastle, I think, will stay up. So Leeds are in danger.
All right, North London derby now. What have you gone for?
1-1.
Ooh, I've gone for 2-1 Spurs.
Of course you have.
I've gone 2-1 Spurs. Come on, let's get up for it this weekend. It's North London derby. The way I'm looking at it is that Arsenal could be heavily depleted going into the game this weekend. There's rumours of Tomiyasu, Smith Rowe, Odegaard. Who else? There's quite a few other players as well that I can't name off the top of my head. Xhaka as well. Party in the AFCON as well. So Arsenal are very much depleted. Spurs are depleted, but if we can get Eric Dyer back in the team, Reguilon back in the team for this weekend, I think we do have a strong chance of winning the game. If it doesn't go that way and Arsenal get their players back and Dyer's not playing, it could go completely the opposite direction. But I'm going to sit on the positive side of the fence today. Yeah,
I think it's going to be it's a very important game for both sides. I think for Tottenham, as much as we want to win the game and everything, and I'm desperate to win the North London derby. It's a massive game. It's the reality is it's more of a must not lose than a must win for us. That's the reality. Because looking at the table, a draw is a much better result for Tottenham than it is for Arsenal, and I think Conte might have that in his mind. Obviously, he's going to go for the win. I'm sure he is going to go for the win, but I also have a feeling if we're drawing with like say 20 minutes to go or 10 minutes to go, he might just think, okay, you know what? Let's just take a draw here because we don't want to risk losing this game.
The thing is, though, if that's the case, which I could agree with you there, if that's the case, Arsenal are going to be trying their hardest to get that winner in the last 10-15 minutes, which could leave us some spaces to counter them.
Definitely. I think it's much more important for Arsenal that they win this game than it is for us. So draw is a much better result for us. So, I'm hoping we win. I'm just feeling with the players we have missing, even though Arsenal also have players missing, I feel like a draw, we would more settle for it than Arsenal. So I reckon we might get that.
I'm going 2-1 Spurs. Sim's going 1-1. I want to know your North London derby predictions in the comments section below. Let's move over to the extra games, Tuesday and Wednesday night football. Let's start off with Burnley against Watford, and I've gone for 1-0 to Burnley.
Wow, yeah. 1-0. I said 1-1. Yeah. Watford struggling again to really get points, but I feel like they didn't allow Emmanuel Dennis to go to the AFCON, so they got him for this game. And I think
how's that even possible, by the way?
Because apparently Nigeria did a late registration, and so there's through some technical, like they could have let him go, but because they could technically refuse him, they just did refuse him. So most clubs will just accept it.
Were Leicester in the same boat with Iniacho?
No, Iniacho's there, isn't he?
That's what I'm saying. Did they just let him go then? They had the chance to keep him.
I'm not sure. I don't know what the situation is with him, but I just know that they registered Dennis late.
Just him they registered late?
I think so. And because they registered him late, it means technically Watford could refuse it because it was a late registration. And so they actually did, which apparently Dennis wasn't too happy about.
Yeah, fair enough.
Which I can imagine. But he will be playing in this game, and I think he's good for a goal. I think Burnley, despite not having Chris Wood, Watford is so open that they'll probably get a goal from a set piece, but I've gone for a draw.
Yeah, I mean, I have not been impressed with Watford. This is pretty much a 6-pointer for both teams. But I just think Burnley just have that bit more about them, and Sean Dyche as well, how he always seems to evade the drop with Burnley. So I think this game will be a key step into that for Burnley.
You go for 2 wins out of 2 for Burnley?
Yeah, I think I did. I think I did, yeah. So, yeah, 1-0 to Burnley. I'm going, you're going 1-1. Let's move over to the Amex as they welcome Chelsea. What have you gone for?
2-0 to Chelsea.
Oof, I've gone for 2-1. I've gone for 2-1 to Chelsea. I do think Chelsea win the game clearly, as I've predicted, but I do think Brighton are good for a goal. So at the Amex, I think they can get a goal against Chelsea, but Chelsea will win the game.
Yeah, I just think Chelsea coming into form, Brighton, even at their best, can be very poor in front of goal. So I'm thinking with Thiago Silva's back in and stuff like that, Chelsea could be able to keep a clean sheet. And with Lukaku looking back in the side, they'll get a goal or two. So 2-0 to Chelsea, I've gone.
All right. Leicester against Tottenham Wednesday night. I have gone for 1-1.
And I've gone for 1-0 to Spurs. Gone for the clean sheet.
Explain yourself.
I just think that it's going to be a very tight game. I know both teams will have played. This is both their second games, so it's going to be difficult for both sides. But I'm thinking Tottenham are going to try and have control of this game. Leicester like to play on the counter attack. They're not going to have Jamie Vardy.
Is that definite?
He's out for 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
So he's not going to be playing. If Tottenham can get some players back, if Dyer is playing, I think we could be strong defensively and maybe nick a goal from somewhere. So I've just gone for 1-0 to Spurs, just shading it.
Yeah, the reason I've gone for 1-1 is because Leicester, they're showing really strong home form at the moment. I mean, they've scored a bag loads of goals in their last 4 games at home. 4 goals, 1 goal and 4 goals. That 1 goal did come against Liverpool in a 1-0 win against them. But look, like you say, they are depleted up front with Patson Daka, Iheanacho and Jamie Vardy not going to be playing. The former two at the AFCON. Spurs just not playing well at the moment for a while now, for the last at least 5 games, not playing well. But with the players back in our team, like Eric Dyer, I think we can be more solid at the back. So I don't think it's going to be a foregone conclusion. I think Leicester probably score from a set piece and Spurs to get a goal on the counter-attack somehow. So I've gone for 1-1 there. But the last game of the episode is Brentford against Manchester United, and I've gone for 1-1.
Yeah, I've gone for 2-1 United. I've gone for them to shade it and get 3 points. I think Brentford, their home form is strong, but I think United just with their sheer quality are going to get over the line. So I've gone for 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, Man United have not impressed me since Rangnick has come in. Very lacklustre performances. Brentford, very much a Jekyll and Hyde team, but I think they're much better at home than they are away from home. Earlier on in the season, they drew with Liverpool 3-3 there in an absolutely brilliant game. Just beat Aston Villa at home as well in an impressive win. So I can't really see them winning and getting over the line that way, but I can definitely see a draw here, definitely. So I'm going for 1-1. But that is... now we move over to the star man. Sim?
Is it coming on? I've gone for Harry Kane.
Harry Kane. You got 2 games as well.
Exactly.
Arsenal and Leicester. 2 very difficult games. But I've gone for Diego Jota.
He has a great record against Arsenal and Leicester.
He does, yeah. You're right, he does.
So I've gone for Harry Kane.
Yeah, you've gone for Harry Kane, which is a fair... I was thinking of Harry Kane, but I was like, I can't be backing these Spurs players again.
I've gone for it.
Couldn't do it.
Get a couple of goals.
Yeah, you've gone for, he can easily get a couple of goals, but I just thought Jota is more likely to score more goals in 1 game than Harry Kane is in 2 games in these 2.
Who are they playing? Brentford.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good shout. He's going to be the main man as well. So
yeah.
It's not a bad shout, but I've just gone for law of probabilities with 2 games for Kane.
Yeah, and Jota, 10 goals this season is no mean feat.
He's a great player.
Yeah.
He had scored a lot last season as well. I'm a big fan of Jota. But still, he's usually supplemented by Mane and Salah, isn't he? And without them, will he be is he going to have as much? Because, they're usually defenders are so occupied with them that it leaves space for Jota. Now he won't have that same space.
True. It's very true. But, he's going to have to take the burden on in the mantle, doesn't he? So we'll have to see how it happens. I've gone for Jota. Sim's gone for Harry Kane. You can see the scores on the doors below as it stands. We'll be back next week for the Premier League perspective, where we'll rerun all the games and update the scores. So thank you everyone for joining today. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.